welcome to another exciting episode of The Hangout. And yes, there's Galoko Aniko up by mistake, but it's by appointment. And also, it's definitely a date right now. 3:30. It's the time for us to be with you, to hang out with you at home. This is the closing of the week, whereby schools were opening, some other workplaces were also opening this week, and also I'm sure nobody went down, right? Well, what is going to happen today on the show, just to revive you guys and also to bring you back onto the spirit, we're definitely going to be speaking to people that are doing well within the industry, and also just to today I'll be speaking with the man that is behind the mic, Payana at True FM, and also he brings us sports news, and he does sports reporting. And also I will be talking with an artist that comes all the way from Ekapa, and also right here on the show we'll still be talking with the event organizer that has his gigs lined up for the year as Unyaka Kala, so that we can get to start Unyaka on a very high note. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce myself. Elam Igama, it is Uzinhle Nqeza. And yes, don't be for Transcribe, but today I'm right here onto your TV screens. Come and serve you all the goodness and also all the flavor. Talk about flavor. Let's go. Beautiful people, welcome to the Hangout. You guys are tuned in Apanati, and yes, on social media platforms. It is at Mpumakapa TV, and also our WhatsApp line is 0836900530. So please make sure, okay, guys, communicate nati on socials, because we do tend to give izinto ezimnandi. For instance, namhlanje we'll be giving away 2 double tickets for the cricket 20 ANZ. So please make sure that you are stay tuned. Mhlabi ingangowe a winner right here on the Hangout. And also starting it off, I'm starting with the man that is usually behind the microphones, but I'm in front of the camera, so that people can get to see the person behind that wonderful voice, Mr. Azle Maka. Let us welcome him on the Hangout. Welcome to Tikunja.
Thank you very much. Feel appreciated being here. Thank you for the invite. I'm feeling very good, actually. It's a lovely Friday. Can't wait for the weekend, in as much as there's work involved.
Lovely.
But I can't wait for it.
Lovely stuff, man. And yes, people by Payana Ereitweni, Ubanika, a sports update, and also being a sports reporter. Let's get to talk about you and the journey of being a broadcaster. As to when did it start, and also Sambusniki background as to uba usuka phi wena.
Igama nguAzila kwaMaka, ndisuka kulaa mhlaba wakwaNobuhle eTolofiyeni, eTinarha. And my journey to broadcasting, it comes from the love of media. Ndikhule kwikhaya that used to listen to radio from a very young age. And at home, we used to listen to radio all the time. And I actually won a competition when I was, I think, around 8 years old. Won a Bible at one of the popular radio stations in the country. And the love started there. And moving forward, as umdana, when you listen to something, you obviously mimic. So that's where it all started with me. I'd listen to my favorite shows on radio. And after that, I'd listen and mimic all the radio DJs. Your late Bob Mapenas, that's one of the DJs to look forward to listening. And then fast forward, as an adult, there was a radio station that opened, Konobuhle, with one of the NGOs. Interested as I was, joined in, quickly moved in, learned the ropes, and understanding what broadcast is, what is to be a radio DJ, and the do's and don'ts of radio.
Yeah.
And had to move around 2015, 2014. Lived in Joburg for 3 years, and that's where I started learning the business of radio DJing, the business of sport, and everything involved with regards to radio broadcasting, voiceover, zonke nje izinto ezidibene radio. So apart from many, many other things that I've done throughout the journey, I feel like my journey through radio, that's where it was sparked again. When I was still at film school, that's when I again ventured into radio at Boston Media House. And yeah, came back to Port Elizabeth, entered a competition at True Talent. I think it was 2021, late 2019, I don't remember, but I think it was around COVID time.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
It was COVID. Lucky enough for me, unfortunately, but because now you have to go and audition in front of judges for the true talent. But lucky enough around like Bashalam, you just only had to send a demo because during COVID, we were not allowed outside of our homes. So I was like, this is actually for me because if we audition, I'm not going to go through. Recorded, and also at the time, I had a podcast. I had two podcasts. Where in one of the podcasts, I just talk about interesting stuff, finance, art, science, all of those things. In another one, I was interviewing NGOs around the Nelson Mandela Bay. So around that time, I made it into the top 20, and people started voting. I did not trust myself not one bit to even make it into the top 20. It was such a validation to make it even into the top 20 because not a lot of people know who I was at the time, especially when it comes to radio, because I had not been in radio for the longest time. Made it to the top 20, people started voting, made it to top 10, and then made it to top 5. I still remember that day, kuna namhlanje. I was like, top 10, lucky enough for me, thank God. When I made it to the top 5, but tried containing myself.
Yes.
Tried containing myself. And then, yeah, I feel like that's where we say the rest is history. Because I got a phone call the following year. Shumela won the True Talent in the top 5. And then the following year, I got a phone call from the now current business manager for both radio stations to come through and be a sports presenter. And as a person who has always played sport, as a person who've always loved sport, I haven't played all the sports, but as a extensive knowledge of sport. Yeah. Even sports, when we talk about sport, a lot of people would think of soccer, cricket, and that's it. But I never played those two sports extensively, but I've played them before. I also played basketball. I also played netball. I also played volleyball. I also played baseball. You know, as a sports ngathandwayo ngabantu. Sometimes, whenever I see the chances of success are ingathi azikho ndizakhangela isport engathi ndizawukhawuleza ndiyodlalela isquad esamo.
So lovely, man, lovely. And also, you mentioned earlier on that you grew up listening to radio shows, and right now you are part of that radio that you grew up admiring. Let's get to talk about you and not losing yourself. Trying to ube Mr. whoever that is on behind that microphone and still holding ubo azile bakho and portraying it out to the public.
Yeah, it is very important to know who you are. The media industry is very brutal, especially if ungumuntu ongazithembanga. Low levels of self-esteem will be a detriment to a lot of people if you enter into this industry not knowing who you are. Because number one, apa uzawuthi ufika, you do your first bulletin, and then man, you sound like ubani wena, you're not yourself. That kills you as a person who's entering into the industry. So as a person who understands who you are, you go back to the basics. Basics are very important. Start with the basics. And also when people get to criticize who you are or what you're doing on air, it is important to take that as a learning lesson.
Yeah.
To the person that you're supposed to be or the person that you also one day want to be. And sticking to your boundaries. Understanding that ungahambi uyonyathela nakwindawo ongekho unyathela kuzo. Umzekelo nje olula. As a sports presenter, you know that wena ungumntu wesport. Stay outside of politics. Bakhona nondaba ka-current affairs for that. Yabo? Because now you'll end up losing yourself having to give commentary kwindawo ongekho suppose uyayenza, and then PCCSA comes in, you find yourself in a lot of trouble. Understanding your lento kanye you're supposed to be delivering in, and also understanding who you want to be as an individual. Stick to it. Do not get lost into the noise. Abantu abazungatheni. Social media will say things.
People will have opinions.
Oh yeah. Every time. Sometimes a person will have an opinion about you online, but who that gives that person a voice by responding to them. Oh, I will blog you and keep it moving. I will not even respond.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll come at me sideways, blog. I'll pretend as if nothing happened. If you're Teta, now Teta not on by 15 o'clock on a
Lovely, man. You know what, Azile, we're going to keep you because we still have more to talk about. You're not just the man behind the radio, but you're also a man who is much involved in community development. So we also want to hear about that. Well, beautiful people at home, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take you guys to a short, quick ad break, and then we'll be right back. So please make sure that you stay tuned, and then beautiful people, welcome back from the ad break. I hope you guys managed tata glasses of manzi and then in the right with us up with the Hangout on channel 260. Uput azile maka right here on the Hangout, and also so like Lubanzi more about his other work besides being a sports presenter and reporter. So Put Azile, welcome back to the Hangout. Are you still good, man?
Awesome, awesome. I'm enjoying it here.
Okay. Simbile, go on. Lovely, man. Lovely. Jumping straight into it, you are a man who has been involved in making sure that the community esikuzo are developing, and also you bring the positivity within abantu bethu. Let's get to talk about that, and also how did you get involved in those projects?
At heart, I'm a community developer. I've done a lot of things, but then I'll then I'll move back with it. Currently, I'm a program coordinator for an NGO called No Means No South Africa. So at No Means No South Africa, we are a sexual and gender-based violence prevention organization. We go to schools around the Nelson Mandela Bay. We have a tried and tested, researched curriculum for both boys and girls. Amantombazana ezikolweni siwafundisa self-defense skills, how to be assertive as individuals, trying to make sure that they understand and identify areas of threats because we know that amantombazana namabhinqa ngabantu that are disproportionately affected by sexual and gender-based violence. And then on the other side, we also have a curriculum that we teach young boys ezikolweni, positive masculinity. We are teaching them to identify areas of threats amongst the behaviors zabo. Umntana oyikwekwe azazi uba ewe ndingumntana oyindoda but loo nto leyo ayithi ndinelungelo lokwenza nantoni na komnye umntu. And also understand that as an individual, especially thina bantu bangamajita, you know, xa sikhula kukho into ethanda uthethwa, sometimes you don't understand the effect that it has. Kumane ngothiwa emntaneni omncinci xa eveka abuhlungu mhlawumbi ukhubekile bedlala alile athi umzali sukhala indoda ayikhali. You know, those type of things, dangerous if we don't look into them. Very dangerous. Because laa mntana uzawukhula evalele ezi emotions for the longest time. Because xa engayazi uba if ndiva kabuhlungu I need to do A, B, C, and D, they'll end up looking at other people. They'll look at other people and see how they identify izinto zokwenza xa benomsindo okanye xa besiva kabuhlungu. And in most instances, unfortunately, it turns into violence. So we teach them on how to identify those fananezo and make sure that they live a better life. And now moving back to some of the things that we do, or the curriculums that we're doing, we train other organizations around the country and around the world, in the US, Nigeria, Kenya. There's plenty other countries that our program is being implemented to. Now moving back, I used to work for another organization, a big organization that is known around the country and in the sub-Saharan Africa, Love Life. There I used to be a media groundbreaker. I used to teach people how to tell stories, how to do research, how to edit, how to shoot, just holistically understanding what media is and being a community or citizen journalist. And there was also a time where I was a program coordinator for another organization called the Southern African Association of Youth Clubs, SAICA. We used to do capacity building for small businesses around Eastern Cape. The list is endless. Yeah. For now. Yeah. So the affinity for wanting to help out my community in any way possible has always been there. And I feel I'm living a dream of fulfilling my creative side and also this, I wouldn't say professional, but a side that also helps out in my community.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. And also talking about helping the community, let's get to talk about that one goal that you have for yourself. And you will be satisfied when you're looking back, especially to a community Osuka Kuyo. What is that one goal that you wish to implement within the community?
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that I don't have one specific goal or dream for my community. But especially with the work that I'm currently doing, for me, I feel like it is always important that if I see umntana oyintombazana okanye umntana oyikwekwe omncinci whenever there's an incident of violence that they're witnessing, izintangeni zabo or otherwise, if they're able to intervene, I feel like I would say at least I'm doing a good job. Understanding and seeing that abaninawa bethu bayazinqanda iitshomi zabo when they are trying to perpetuate stereotypes of gender-based violence or stereotypes of toxic masculinity as it is being put on social media and kwindawo esihlala kuzo. Like I said, I don't necessarily have one specific thing, but if I just go past a group yamajita, if kukho umntana omnye kulo group yamajita that shares a very violent scenario or something that they would want to do to someone else, if I can just hear one or two of their friends bemanqanda, I feel like I'd say ngaphakathi, yes, good job, Azil.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm looking at in holistic.
Lovely stuff, man. And also, talking about trying to build abantwana, be it females or be it males. Let's get to talk about abantwana that are hearing about e-programs that you're offering out to the community for the first time. How do they get to be part of them and also get to sign up so that nabo bakwazi basuke ezintweni that are going to direct them to a wrong direction, but rather to the positive side?
So with No Means No, the job that we do, like I said, we primarily focus on primary schools and high schools. We don't, at the moment, we are not focusing on other organizations outside and implementing it there. But if umdana who is in any of the schools that are in the Nelson Mandela Bay region, please go to our Facebook page, No Means No South Africa, drop us a DM, let us know because our services are not only focused at individuals. We go into schools. The school also has to have a buy-in of Walendo Sienzayo. So we'll come in, implement our 10-hour curriculum, so we take it 1 hour a day, up to 10 days, or we can take it to 2 hours, up to 5 days. So nalapo, that depends on the negotiations we have with the school so that we can implement the curriculum. But at the same time, in our social media platforms, No Means No South Africa, we always every once in a while share the stuff that we're doing, because we also have a research component where we actually research lo msebenzi siwenzayo with this curriculum. So we need to actually find out how effective it is, lo msebenzi siwenzayo. So you'll also find some of the statistics in there, even on our website. And every once in a while, we'll always go into our communities, share with our stakeholders, the police that we also work with. And that is very important. We don't only just go to schools. We get to teach or implement our curriculum. Because that is very sensitive. You'll find that when you are implementing this program in a school, because they've been triggered. A lot of we also do have psychosocial support within our organization. So if Umdana would want to disclose whatever that has happened to them, we'll have one person come them on the side, take down all the necessary information and hand over that case to the social workers. Because unfortunately, with the work that we do in schools, as the same people, after we're done, we go to the next school. So our social workers will carry on trying to make sure that they mitigate whatever that needs to be done with the school.
Lovely stuff, man, for Azile. And also, because of I just want to hear from details, Zako, where can people get to follow you and also get to see much of umsebenzi owenzayo, especially with the program that you have right now, and also maybe just want to follow and be inspired as the next sports reporter?
You can find me on Facebook, Azilemaka, on Twitter, actually Azilemaka everywhere. Azilemaka on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. X. Yes, that one. Azilemaka everywhere. I'm also going back to DJing, by the way. I used to DJ way back in the days, but yeah, currently going back. I'm taking bookings. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Umaka.azile@gmail.com. That's my email address. So yeah. Every weekends, Saturdays 6:30 until 9 o'clock on the first start. Myself, who's a Zipo, and our producer, Uyakim of Valiwe. And then again, the same Saturday from 3 o'clock until 6 with myself and Usimo Zogwana, the captain Z. And then on Sunday again from 3 o'clock until 4:30, no Sia Krito.
You have a whole slot, sister. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff, man. That was a beautiful conversation that I had with Azilemaka. And guys, Nizvile social details like as to where can you actually get to follow him and also book him. Make sure that you book the man and also check out the organization that he's currently working on. But we're going to take a short, sweet, quick ad break. So please make sure that Aniyindao, because Tina says stay tuned. Beautiful people, welcome back from the ad break. And also right now we are sitting with someone, do you feel very special right now? I feel like Noah Sekaya because he's also someone who comes from a Transkei and also Ulapa Epa and he's also going to tell us about the events that he has for the year, or can you let's say for the first quarter of the year. So everyone at home, please help me welcome Uvision. Osfiso Vision, yeah, and right here on the Hangout. Welcome, buddy. How are you?
Pila sisikunjani.
Pila nam. Just a bit of being under the weather, but we're gonna get through with that. So I just want to come into you and also jump straight on to umsebenzi wakho. For people at home abangakwaziyo, how can you get to say or can you identify yourself as umntu owenza ntoni?
Right. As I said, Vision from the Transkei. I like to identify myself as a creative entrepreneur. I focus more on the design side of everything. I love music. I mean, music is everything to me. So that's what I do predominantly, events, organizing events around the Bay, and also doing some design work and also mostly philanthropic work. Yeah, that's briefly about me.
Who you are. Yeah. You mentioned events and making sure that you are in the entertainment space and also performance and also visual. So basically a creative all-rounder. So you have a current event that is you're here to promote. Let's get to talk about that and also what is your aim for the specific event, especially in 2025.
Cool. So the event that we are doing, we're collaborating with Planty Brew. Planty Brew is a vegan community around Ebai. They promote vegan lifestyle and sustainable living. So we will be hosting this first ever in the Bay Vegan Arts and Music Festival. So there we will be actually promoting like local creatives, local artists, local musicians, basically giving them a platform. So that event, it aligns with who we are as LLA. LLA stands for Listen Live Africa. So Listen Live Africa is also there to provide platform for e-creatives as Sakulayo and actually to tap into the creative economy and actually give them jobs and actually like make their art, their music sustainable and make a living out of it.
Lovely stuff, man. And also talking about this project specifically, let's get to talk about what actually ignited your spark and also for you to take out your energy to do it. Let's get to talk about that and also the path of it.
Well, the background behind it comes way back in 2019 when I was with university with Bomuswazi. We loved music, you know. When we looked at the space Ebai, we saw the need to actually go ham and like explore the space of live music, and that market was untapped. So we realized that actually if we are doing this thing now beyond us in our rooms just playing instrument and actually go to restaurant because Ebai is also a hub of tourism, we can actually make a living out of that. So fast forward to that, last year LLA just started to launch itself. We were working with Southern Sun, we work with the Balkan Burger and other restaurants that we work with. So that put us on a map in a way that when we went to the first market that was hosted also by Planty Brew, that's where we actually like sat down with them and like, okay, maybe we can have a festival around Ebai that can also like, give platform and space to creatives. So that's how the ignition of it all came about.
Lovely stuff. You are mentioning vegan, and which we know that it's more onto the clean diet, the plant-based diet, and also you're mentioning artists, meaning that artists are people who are actually not really within the vegan community. So let's get to talk about that, and also how are you going to try and cater for abantu that are actually not within the vegan community.
So, you know, like with the event that we're trying to do, we're actually trying to promote the lifestyle because, you know, um, people think that the only food that you have is meat. Yeah, well, when you go to the shop, the only thing that you can buy is meat, you know. So with this, it's like you are trying to promote something that people don't know about, and you're actually using music as your vehicle. So in a way, it's like we're trying to educate people, even the creatives that are joining the space, you know, that there are other ways to like look at in a way that like sustainable living and sustainable life, eco-friendly lifestyle is one thing that we need to be promoting, especially at this point in time where we're facing things like global warming, shortages of things, food insecurity, rivers going dry. So we need to use art as a form of marketing and communication, and also music as a voice to actually, you know, voice out the things that are actually affecting us and that are happening in our environment and space.
Lovely stuff, man. And also, we cannot only talk about meat eaters without talking about the actual people that we here for, which is vegan eaters. How are you trying to, Oganya, how have you planned to make sure that you are going to cater for them and according to their specific needs?
So we will be having at the event, we will be having food stalls. We'll be having vendors that will be serving a variety of vegan cuisines. So we will also be having food that people can actually taste. You know, when I went to that first vegan market that I went to, I was learned about oat milk, about other forms of alternatives that people can actually try. So in that space, there is accommodation for everyone where you can actually experiment and explore and see other things. I mean, get out of the box that you know, explore and see other things.
Lovely stuff, man. And also with the event, let's get to take it back to the community, because when we're doing something, we're doing it so that we can get a response here, community. So let's get to talk about the event, and also how is it going to bring a sort of benefit for the community as well.
As you know, when I actually started LLA, it was based on the idea that creatives are suffering. Yeah, but creatives are finding it hard to make ends meet. Yeah, but as someone who is a creative myself, I've seen that like you as a creative person, sometimes you get judged, you get ridiculed just because you chose this career path. And for us as LLA, the organization, that is what we want to change, basically. We want creatives to be able to make a living with their music, with their craft, because they will be having fashion, will be having musicians, will be having art, fine art, all forms of disciplines will be there. That is also to enhance the creative economy, as I said, Guti. The creative community must benefit. But they must get paid for what they are doing. If we were having these shows, these events on a back-to-back basis, artists get paid in those events, and in that way we get to attract sponsors, we get to attract like big companies that see the need to actually put some seed in it, and then in that seed is going to grow into a big tree that actually feeds the whole community.
Lovely stuff, man. Unke amazwi phayana, because my next question I was going to ask you as to what disciplines are going to be there on the actual day, but you have already answered that. So my next question for you is for people who want to be part of it and also on the day to come and support you, how can they go about? Are there tickets that are being sold? And also social media, how can they get to purchase those tickets?
Right. So, like right now, our event will be on the 8th of March. We're working also with Isitata Theatre. So our recruiting phase, we are now in phase 1, which is the call-out phase, where we are calling out creatives. So on our social media, we have links on our bio. Listen Live Africa on Instagram, planty.brew also on Instagram. There, if you're a creative that is doing fine arts, music, fashion, you can go there, fill the form. After filling the form, there is phase 2, which is the selection phase. If your work, because we are not compromising on quality, if your work is meeting the criteria that we are looking for, we're going to reach out to you and then give you further details in terms of contracts and how we are expecting you to be coming on time, sound check, and all that.
Lovely stuff. And also you're mentioning creatives and fine arts, craft, and what about us creative with the big mouth?
Well, there is always space for
Yeah.
everyone, you know, because we also need people to come and cover the space. If you are also like interested in coming and covering the event, you can come and cover the event and you know, do your thing.
Sorted. Well, beautiful people, that was Osifiso Vision and right here on the Hangout. And also, I hope you guys are looking forward to that event. Ebeze wazothetha ngayo apha on our show. And yes, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take you guys to a short, quick ad break. But ningayindawo because sisezobuya, and also class buyayo buya namatikiti that siwanikeza out. So please make sure that you guys are definitely coming back because you might be that winner. But inokwangoku like I said, it's kata yevenklen. Beautiful people, welcome back from the ad break. And yes, nisahleli nathi apha ku channel 260, which is Mpumakapa TV. And the name of the show is called The Hangout. And kemnake elam igama, it is Uzinhle Ngeza. And right now what we're going to do, we're going to jump straight to our Zoom meeting interview with a hip-hop artist that is doing exceptionally well for himself, and he comes all the way from a Cape Town and he goes by the name of Tony G. Everyone at home, please let us welcome Tony G on the Hangout. Welcome, Tony. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. So much glad to be alive. And how are you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. But it's not about me. It's all about you. Let's get to you. And for people at home who don't know you, because of you're someone who's based in Cape Town, but now most of our viewers are from the Eastern Cape. Let's get to talk about you and who you are and what is it that you do.
Okay, Tony G, like my name, like my birth name is Tony Kume, which is like Kaya. So like I decided to like use Utoni, which is like my English birth name, and G, which stands for my surname Ngugumbe. Then I combined it and made it like Utoni G because it started like Utula. So like I started Utula around about 2009, which like I used to perform on hip hop open mic sessions. I was in East London back then. It was not like I grew up. Like I grew up in East London. I spent like most of my time in East London, and that's where like I lived in Utula. So that time, like I was just using like my indicator, like like I started in KV because like it was like so like I started like to take like the music like serious and like took it like as my career. I need to have like a commercial name, but don't like need to have a commercial. But you want me like to call me like learning a movie. Nah, let me just like use one functionality, which is like Utoni igama lam, which is for ifani yami ume. So
Lovely. Lovely stuff. And also, let's get to talk about your craft. You are someone who is talented in multiple disciplines. You are one time a model, you're one time a stylist, one time a performing hip hop artist, and also you have done so well for yourself. Let's get to talk about you and having time and making sure that in whatever discipline or you're within the creative industry, you excel in it. Let's get to talk about how do you manage and also how do you make sure that you give your all to whatever you do?
Okay, for me, like, I'm that person who believes, like, whatever I have in mind, I can do it. There's this, like, I also read the Bible, I believe it, like, I believe. So there's this word that says, like, whatever you have in mind, do it for God is with you. So I believe, like, life is something that, like, we don't have control over our lives. Yeah, we can make choices and all that, but we don't have control. You can have, even if it's okay, I want to do this and this, but uThixo akuhambise ngenye indlela. You see? So, like, I'm someone, like, who believes, like, in whatever, like, that pop ups in my mind, the ideas, I really, like, attempt them as soon as, like, they pop. And also, like, being humble, like, being able to network with others, to socialize, like, ungabi pride, like, xa usendaweni. Because I mean, it's all about life. Umuntu ungumntu ngabantu. So it's all about, like, knowing myself, knowing what I want, and also, like, it becomes easy, like, when you know your purpose, like, when you have stuff like journey, like, you must just respect it. Ube ngumuntu oyaziyo, okay, I want to achieve these heavy objectives. But I must have, like, done with this and this and this. This and this step, you see. So that's how, like, I'm doing whatever those visions are, write them down and turn them into reality.
Man, and also we do know that in the country there's so many hip hop stars and also hip hop artists that are in the industry. So now I want to talk to you as to how do you make sure that you market yourself differently and also you stand different from the crowd echo within the hip hop space.
Okay, the most important thing, like, in whatever that you do, is to show up as yourself. Just be yourself. Don't fake it. Just be yourself. Yeah, bro. And most thing, like, about me, the thing that, like, make me to, like, outstand wherever I am. I can say I'm very, like, unique. Like, the appearance, I mean, the confidence, the atmosphere that, like, bring when I'm in the room. Like, when I'm in a room, like, I can put it this way, like, I just bring the light. Yeah, but in whatever room that I am, I make sure that I can influence it.
Lovely
So
stuff, man, Tony. And also,
yourself.
yeah, lovely stuff. Knowing yourself is very important, especially in this industry. And also, I want to come into, because you mentioned that you're someone who's very unique. And you are someone who does umculo. So let's get to talk about you bringing uniqueness within umculo wako, and also how do you make sure that ifeel yako is felt within the music? Okanye personality yako is felt within the music.
Yeah, it's like I've already said, but, like, I just, like, decided to be well. So, which is the originality. In most times, in most cases, like, I write about, like, my lifetime experiences, the experiences that shaped me, the experiences that made me, my future plans, like, and all that. So it's easy because I'm just, like, it's all about me. Yeah, but I also, like, make sure that the music that I make resonate with people because this is real life. So, like, the thing that we're going through, the experiences, in most cases, they are common. You see, you have a conversation with somebody else, then you find out, okay, the way you go through, and maybe I'm going through and past it. You see, so, like, and also whenever, like, I go through whatever that I'm going through, whatever that is happening, like, I learn it. Then, like, I experience it. Then after that experience, I can write about it.
Stuff, man. Lovely stuff. And also, Tony, you mentioned the look. And to most people, they tend to blend in ngendlela abaye bajonge ngayo. Let's talk about appearance as someone who's also a stylist. Appearance, especially in the hip hop space. How do you have to make sure that appearance yako speaks who you are and also it does not mislead abantu?
All right, like, most times, like, things that way are exclusive. Like, you can't see it from anybody. What's it like me? Yeah, but then if you want it, like, create to you and the design. Because, like, I love designers. I work with, like, a lot of designers. So Like if it's, I make sure another thing, like there's this like societal norms. Yeah, well, to me, those doesn't exist. Because like I'm a hip hop artist, I'm a stylist, I'm just art. So I mean, I'm just doing me. What like I believe in, what I see, like because when you are a dreamer, I mean, it's something that like nobody can see it. They can support it even though they don't see it because of they see, okay, this thing like, yeah, it's something. They don't know even why it's not like they can support it. But the only one sees it.
Lovely stuff, Tony. And also, we cannot talk to you without having to talk about umculo wako and the project that you have out as to how can people get to Ubabaz Fumane and also where can they get to stream them and also on social media because of we have unfortunately ran out of time. Let's quickly wrap up those. Where's your music? Where can we stream it? And also social media.
Okay, music is out. This project, which is like dedicated to everyone. Because like everyone is special, everyone has got to do whatever involved. The music is out there, Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, and others as Tony G442. So Tony space G442 without space. Tony G442 on all the digital forms. Social media platforms, Facebook page, Tony G Music, then Instagram is Tony Kumbe 42. Tony Kumbe 42, yeah. I don't know for now.
Lovely to see you, Alpha Epa, Ukanye, performing right here on the Eastern Cape. Anywhere, but I hope that 2025 has bigger plans for you, and also we're wishing you nothing but the best. But as the Hangout team, what we're going to do is we're going to take you guys to a short, quick ad break. So please make sure that you guys at home stay tuned with us because siza kwela xesha limnandi, kwela xesha leziyoli, where we get to give you tickets for the cricket 20. So please make sure that you guys are staying tuned because you could be the lucky winner. Stay tuned. Beautiful people, welcome back from the ad break. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it. But right now, Tina, is that we're going to take you guys to a gig guide. And yes, on our social media platforms, where we were running a competition so that we can be able to give you guys tickets for the Cricket 20 that is going to be playing on the 19th. This January 2025, and we asked you about this team is out. So please make sure that you stay tuned because right after the gig guide, I'm going to be announcing who are those lucky winners. Well, jumping straight onto gig guide. So on gig guide today, we are starting off on the 17th of January at King's Meadow in Durban. The Durban Super Giants and the Eastern Cape Sunrisers will be happening between 5:30 until 9, and then on the 26th of January at the Savoy Theatre, the Keep Dancing Experience Season 2, which will be Volume 1 for the year, will be happening there as well. So please make sure that you guys are on the lookout as to how do you get yourselves there. And then lastly, also on the 22nd of February and 27 and the 1st of March in the studio at the Athenaeum, the Nelson Mandela Bay Arts Festival will be happening, and also bookings are available. Please make sure that you guys definitely book a ticket and at least affordable, man. And also on the 8th of March at the Isitata Theatre, there is a call for artists of Gqeberha's first vegan music arts festival, and you guys can find yourselves there as the artist. And also for people who actually want to go and be part of it. Just make sure that you follow them on social media platforms. And the big part we have all been waiting for, and I hope you guys are going to sit at the edges of your seats right now, because we have the excitement of giving away the tickets, the 2 double tickets to our lovely 2 viewers and engagers on our social media. And also starting it off, I'm starting it off big with Nikki D, Phyllis David. Well, my dear lady, congratulations onto that one. And I hope you are going to bring your friend, your partner, to go and enjoy the cricket games. And I can see you are already someone who's within the stadiums and who's within the fields. I see that we did a perfect choosing of the winner. And also going on to the next one, I need drums. Kanyisile Banzi. Congratulations, Mama. I hope you're going to bring a friend and you are going to enjoy this coming Sunday. And it's definitely going to be a beautiful one, man. Just go and support. And yes, the cricket games at St. George's Park apha eGqeberha. And if you unfortunately did not win with us, is just go onto their website and purchase your tickets. I'm sure there's still some few more left, and just go and enjoy a beautiful game of cricket. Welcome, like Elam Igama. It is Uzinhle, and it's definitely been lovely. Ngoku into esawuyenza is we're going to City, it's a wrap. To reset and recharge and reboost, so that when we're coming back Monday, we're coming back with a voodoo. While everyone at home, please continue following us on social media platforms. It is at Bumakapa TV, and our WhatsApp line, it is 0836900530. And I like it. You guys can follow me on it is at Ntlentle _ and that will be Instagram and TikTok. And then on Facebook, you can find me as Uzinhle Ngeza Mayaba. And yeah, man, I'm sure my crew is eating up my head. All I have to say right now is to say goodbye, guys. See you Monday.